Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing really well. Today we're doing a 0 to 100. When you see me at the beginning of this, I was looking rough. It was one of those days where you wake up and you're just like, why do I look like this? So I decided I was gonna film a tutorial, a little look for you, a little 0 to 100 Valentine's Day glam. This is the kind of thing I would wear on Valentine's Day during the day, going out for dinner, going to Tesco, going clubbing. It's a gorgeous look. I also gave you a second lip option if you aren't into the slightly darker lip. There is a slightly lighter lip as well. This look would also go amazingly with a red, like proper Valentine's Day, on the sexy, smoky bedroom eyes kind of spectrum, but it's not so dark that you can't rock any lip color with it. So hopefully you guys find this interesting. I talked a little bit more about technique and stuff as well, with how I've been doing my makeup recently. There is also a giveaway in this video, so I kind of reveal the products throughout the video, and if you want to know how to enter, I talk about it at the very end, so make sure you stay tuned till then. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this look and get ready to see me looking pretty rough. Enjoy. Hi, I look so rough today. I'm gonna do a 0 to 100. I'm gonna go from this to full Valentine's Day glam. I think we should get started. First, let's start with a sip of tea. I'm gonna put so much makeup on today. If you'd like an I'm a mug, they are always linked down below. I'm just gonna start by brushing my hair. Okay, we've got some work to do. I'm actually doing a giveaway in this video. I'm going to give away a couple of the products I use, so make sure you stick around to the end to find out what you could win and how to enter. Ow! Oh, I'm having a mare. I just want to look like a glowy, bronzed princess today, so that's what I'm going to do. My skin feels crazy dry, so I'm going to start with my Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Cream. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I talked about it in my last tutorial. It is so moisturizing and hydrating and wonderful. I just want to bathe in it. As you can see, my face is much paler than my body. My fake tan has worn off of my face, so I'm gonna have to bronze it up. I think this might be empty, you know. I think this is the last use. I'm using the last pump of my By Terry Cellular Rose Brightening CC Serum. Luckily, I have a new one, because if I wasn't allowed to buy that throughout the whole of Project 10 Pan, that would be really rough. I am going to put this all over my skin. I'm using this to begin bringing the colour of my face up to my body. It is that time of the month, so I am breaking out pretty dramatically. That always makes me look slightly more human. For my primer, I just use that as like a serum. For my primer, I'm going to use the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer, and I'm going to mix in some of the NARS Super Radiance Booster, which isn't available anymore, but it's in my Project 10 pan, so I basically mix it with every primer that I use, just to use it up. But you could take like a liquid highlighter and mix it in with your primer. You can make most primers slightly more glowy by mixing it with, you know, something glittery. Look at that, you can already see the sheen it adds. I love how this Ole Henriksen primer smells. They are definitely my favourite brand for skincare, so I knew I was going to love this primer. And then because it's Valentine's Day and you can go as extra as you want, I'm also going to take a little bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to warm it up between my fingers, and I'm just going to push this into the centre of my face, where I tend to get enlarged pores. I'm really torn about what foundation I want to use today. I've got 3 that I want to use, and I don't know which one to go for. Do I go for the Hourglass Vanish Stick, which is an oldie but a goodie? Do I use the Vanish Liquid Seamless Foundation, which I've probably only used like 3 times, and I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I want to try and make it work. I don't know, maybe not for Valentine's Day. Or do I go slightly more glowy and go for the Dior Forever Skin Glow Foundation? I'm going to go in with the Hourglass. This is in the this is empty. Probably got like 1 use left. I'm literally taking it on my brush. And let's go in. This morning was honestly one of those days where, you know, you wake up and you look in the mirror and you're just like, why? Why do I look like that? Oh, I forgot how much I love this foundation. This foundation's really great at covering up blemishes and breakouts. Maybe that's why they called it the Vanish Stick. Who'd have thought? I'm actually gonna spritz my face with the Too Faced Hangover setting spray. Just lightly. I think it will make it slightly easier to blend if I add a bit of moisture. I already feel better. I'm gonna put some brows on. I'm gonna use my all-time favorites, my Cabral from Benefit in the shade 3 and 24-hour brow set, and then on top a little bit of Gimme Brow. Okay, now my brows are on, I think I want to finish my base. I'm actually going to go in with 2 different cream bronzers. The first one is an oldie but a goldie. It's the Chanel Bronze Universelle or Soleil Tan de Chanel. I've hit pan on this bad boy, so I'm trying to use it up. And I'm going to take the e.l.f. stipple brush. This is a super light bronzer. Like, the actual shade is very light, as well as obviously the texture. So I'm gonna use this before I conceal, and I'm gonna just buff this to the tops of my cheeks to add a little bit more color and warm me up a little bit. It's just giving me like a natural kind of glow. This looks beautiful on bare skin, like no foundation, no concealer, just this. It's such a gorgeous natural color. It's great if your foundation's not your shade. If you've been on holiday and you don't have a foundation the right color, you can just literally blend this all over your skin. I'm going to use the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. This is in the colour Creme Brulee, and I am just going to lightly conceal anywhere that needs a little bit more coverage. This shade is nearly completely empty. You don't need a lot of concealer with the foundation I used, so mainly just the center of the skin. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender to push it in, and the moisture from the beauty blender will also just help really melt that foundation in. I now just want to add a little bit more shape, so I'm going to take the Huda Beauty Tantour. This is in the shade Medium. I thought this is the one I usually use. I think I might usually use light, but we'll give this a go. I'm going to take it on a little stippling brush and apply it super lightly, just where the hollow of your cheek is. I always put it like a tiny little bit above where the actual hollow is. So the hollow is here, I apply it here. That just lifts the cheekbone a little bit. And then I'm going to take my foundation brush and blend her in. Ooh. That's some skin. And then I'm going to set my face using the Hourglass. I've not used this in so long. The Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I used to absolutely love this powder. This will hold your makeup in place, set it, but it stops it from looking too matte or cakey. It's such a like hydrating powder. And like I said, I want to be a bronzed, glowy goddess. Oh my god, this is stunning. Look at that finish. That's just reminded me why I love this powder. And then I'm going to take it on a big brush and set the rest of my face. Onto the eyes. I am going to start by actually applying the Huda Beauty onto my eyelid as a base. I'm going to go for Sexy Smoky. So this is such a good base. It will make everything a little bit more cohesive because it will all be of like the same tone, but it also just improves the longevity of your eyeshadows, because if a dark eyeshadow starts to fade on a light base, then you'll see the light base. Whereas if your dark eyeshadow starts to fade on a dark base, there's still something darker underneath, you know what I mean? The palette that I'm going to be creating this look with is the Narcissist Loaded palette, hashtag Project 10 Pan. One of my 10 pan products that I need to use up. It's actually one of the products I'm going to be giving away. I have got a second NARS Loaded palette here, and this is the first part of the giveaway. There's one more product coming up later, but here is the main prize. So stick around to the end to see how you can win. So to start, I'm going to just take this lovely transition peachy shade just to blend in the Tantour. And then next, I'm going to take this beautiful warm brown. I've kind of changed the shape that I do my eyeshadow recently. I focus the majority of the product here rather than the outer corner here. It's a little bit higher. I've just found that it kind of lifts my eye, and I blend up this way rather than this way, because I've got really round eyes and I've always wanted lovely, like, sexy cat eyes, and this kind of creates that illusion. Blend it all through the crease, all the way in. How nice is that brown? I'm then going in with the same color but a slightly denser brush, and you just want to focus the color right where you want it to be the darkest. And I'm also taking that same shade under the eye, but again, going at this angle, going up. I would wear this just like this. It is the perfect grungy brown, but we're gonna add more. I'm gonna take this shade here, which is like a super, super, almost black brown, on that same smaller brush. And you wanna find where you want the pigment to be the most intense. So for me, I'm trying to lift the eye, so it's here. For you, you might be trying to elongate the eye. You could put it here. If you're trying to make your eyes look more round, you could put it here. Makeup is about finding what best suits you, and I feel like for Valentine's Day, you don't want to do like a carbon copy of everyone else's Valentine's Day looks, because you want to look like the best version of yourself. And if you're doing the makeup that best suits somebody else's face, that's never going to be the best for you. Do you know what I mean? So with makeup tutorials, take the techniques and take the product recommendations, but play with them, try them out on yourself and find what best suits you. I'm just laying down the pigment at this point, just making sure it's nice and deep before I blend, and then you want to buff it in. Same again, take that darker shade and just blend that on the lower lash line. And again, I'm lifting it up. This is like my perfect going out skin and makeup. I love it. This palette has amazing lid colors. It's got a slightly cooler bronze, it's got like a taupe, a bright gold, it's got like a, what would you call that, like a chocolate bronze. It's got a shimmery black, and it's got an inner corner highlight. It's basically all you need, and I would use that color on my brows, and obviously this gorgeous copper. I think I'm going to take the slightly more chocolatey bronze today, and I'm just going to pack this onto the lid. Oh my goodness, I love this as a lid color because it's very similar in color to the crease, but it's just a different texture. So it almost looks like a wet look. I'm pulling it up to the crease. If you want, you could pull it slightly above the crease. This just makes your eyes look a little bit bigger. And I'm also just gonna take a little bit of that color and I'm gonna spritz it and smudge it on the lower lash line. Only on the inner third. Right, I need some gimme brow. I usually tend to do my gimme brow after my eyeshadow because I buff everything literally into my eyebrows. So if I do them first, it kind of loses my brows. Whereas if I just leave the gimme brow till the end, it refluffs and redefines them. And then I'm gonna take the gorgeous, this is like a white gold, and I'm just gonna highlight my inner corner. How pretty is that? I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Very fitting, given the time of year. However, if you find your mascara better than the sex, maybe reconsider things. Happy Valentine's Day. Look at the difference before and after. Pretty good. And I'm actually giving one away to you guys. As well as the palette, you guys could also win the Better Than Sex mascara. This is the waterproof edition, so perfect for Valentine's Day. So one of you guys will be winning the NARS Loaded palette and the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I'll tell you how you can win at the end. Okay, the eyes are done. I've been opting out of false lashes a lot recently. Time to bronze up even more. So I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This is a very, very warm color. It's absolutely gorgeous, ultra natural and waterproof. And I'm gonna start by just bronzing up the skin. It's not entirely matte either, which I really like. Got a bit of a glow to it. I'm quickly just gonna bake my nose because that is one thing I always have to do. I'm gonna use my Hoola bronzer, of course, to contour my nose. I feel like I should use Orgasm because it's that glowy peach. I'm gonna use Orgasm from NARS, which instantly gives you a glow. I'm putting a little bit more on than usual because it will fade. I'll go in with Becca Opal then because it's a Project 10 pan that needs using up. So I'm gonna spritz my face. I'm gonna use the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray in Summer Solstice, which is nearly completely empty. I hardly use it now because it's nearly all gone and I don't want it to run out. Tops of my cheeks. Cupid. Oh, that's so satisfying. And then because it's Valentine's Day, and why not, I'm gonna use some of the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats highlighter, which is just the most amazing thing ever. it actually makes your skin look wet. And I literally just put it on the very high point. I can't decide between a big pouty glossy lip or a slightly deeper lip. I'll do both. I'll start with the slightly darker lip. I need to wee. Give me a sec, hang on. For my lip pencil, I'm gonna use MAC's Chestnut, which is like a super dark burgundy brown. And I'm gonna overline my lips. And I'm just softly blending it. And then the lipstick I'm gonna put on is Tonka from NARS. It's kind of like a dark matte nude. Ooh. I love this. Let me put in my earrings. Might just leave my hair as it is, you know. And that is lip number 1. That's Tonka. I really love this lipstick. It's definitely a grunge look. I absolutely love it. But I will show you a slightly softer, slightly more wearable option, I guess, now as well. But I love this. Let me really quickly take off this lipstick and I'll show you a second option. Okay, on to lip option number 2. We're gonna do Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, which in my opinion is the perfect Valentine's Day lipstick. It makes your lips look so pouty. So I'm gonna start with the Pillow Talk liner. Look at that color. And then I'm gonna take the Pillow Talk lipstick on top. It just makes your lips look so pouty and the texture is so soft. It's gorgeous. That is lip option number 2. You could put on a gloss. Should I put gloss on? Let's do it. Let's get crazy. This is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. It's the pink one. Barely gonna put any on. Just on the Cupid's bow in the very center. And that is lip option, I guess, number 3, I don't know. And that is the completed look. It's super sexy, sultry, perfect for basically any occasion. I've worn this look, so it's been my kind of go-to look recently. All you need to do to win this palette, which is obviously the star of the show, and also the Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara, is be subscribed to my YouTube channel. Obviously, I will be checking. If you've not subscribed yet, please do. There's a little button down there. It doesn't cost you anything. It just means a lot to me. So yeah, of course, this is for my subscribers. So you've got to be subscribed. And also leave a comment on this video letting me know what kinds of videos you would like to see. So leave one video request in a comment, as well as your Instagram handle, because that's how I will be reaching out to the winner. I'll randomly generate a winner and I will message you on Instagram DMs. I'll keep this competition open for a week. So a week today, I will be messaging the winner. And you also need to go and follow me on Instagram and like the photo of this makeup. So yeah, subscribe, leave a comment, follow me on Instagram and like this picture. And if you want to leave a comment, that might give you an extra entry. So yeah, that is it. That's all you have to do. Just please make sure you do leave your Instagram handle so that I can contact you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day. I will speak to you before Valentine's Day. I'll see you on Thursday. But you know, it probably won't be a Valentine's Day themed video on Thursday. So let's leave Valentine's Day here. Everything's linked down below. Please remember to subscribe if you are new. And I will see you on Thursday for a new video. Bye.